All right, are you guys ready? I think you are for the adventures of the fox. Wow. Well, all I'm getting at 7 a.m. this morning is there's a fox out here. The kid's freaking out. Wife's freaking out. And surprised the wife's actually home. Wow. So that's interesting. But yeah, the kid is showing me a video of the fox. The fox. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Ice Age TV, where the antics never end. And apparently Scout got a deer head this morning, and the fox ain't happy. So look at here, got all the geese, and there go the boys to go scare them all off. So there goes that. The poop crowd is leaving everybody. So the only thing that concerns me about this damn bird flu is this ain't good, man, because these damn dogs want to eat that bird poop. It just doesn't end. You know, in my life, raising dogs out in the country, anybody's more exposed to it, but if you think to yourself, with all the damn diseases out there your dog can get, it's unbelievable. Like I say, dogs eating bird. If my dogs are to eat a infected bird that had the flu, their poop would probably kill them. I mean, that's the number one thing that kills the chickens, is geese and ducks fly by a big egg laying, hen house, and they shit in the air, and the poop gets in the exhaust fan, and it contaminates the air in the on the big chicken house, and it literally gives them all the flu and kills them and gets them sick. So yeah. So where's the fox? I know the daughter showed a picture of the fox basically being where Rebel is right now, but apparently the deer head, I'm sure that fox smelt that deer head. So you think about this. Here's Scout, wandering around the property, nobody even monitoring him. Earlier, he finds the deer head, and the fox didn't bug him. I mean, fox are pretty good. I should say Scout's a pretty big dog. So, and I've seen the video of the fox. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I just told the wife I'd go get I'd bring my gun over, and she's like, no, don't be shooting that fox. Come on, Pops. No, come on in. Come on. Come on back. No. Hey, come on back. Come on, let's get in. Come on. So it's been an adventurous morning here, to say the least. Come on. And I forgot to turn on my propane water heater. And I took a very cold shower this morning, which actually was kind of refreshing. Sometimes they say a cold shower is good for you. Come on, Pop, let's go. Come on. So right now, the fox is definitely in our turf. This is the most active ever living here. I've seen a fox so many times on my property. Hey, with 8 dogs, you just got to wonder about that. But there is a fox's head, or the deer head right there. Come on, Pups. My kid was scared to pick it up. So let's get inside the house and see what's going on. I'm going to have to turn it off. I don't know where the wife is. Come on, ladies. Come on. So Scout will instantly know where that skull is. Come on, get him away. Get him away. So he'll be the first one to go for his bag. So watch. Come on, get out. Get out. Get out. No. 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 So I'm going to grab his bag, this disgusting bag, whatever's left of it, and get rid of it, because it'll be the never-ending wanting to get the bag. Yeah, the kid wouldn't even pick it up. I just get a garbage bag and pick the damn thing up. I think it's just part of a skull. Who the hell knows? Wow, here we are Friday. Even for me, now my wife has to go into work every day. I'm thinking, is today Saturday? I'm not lying. I just see myself, is today Saturday or is it Friday? Wow, we got a good wind out here, but today's supposed to be 50s. But it's the teaser time of year where you think it's going to get really warm, but in this area, it doesn't happen. I'm going to throw this little bag inside my Pioneer, because if I put it in the garbage can, the dogs will get it. Now, will the fox try to come back and get it? Maybe. Possible. The wife's attitude is, it's not a big deal. Come on, puppies. Hungry? Come on, let's go. Come on here. Looky here. Treaties. Come on. Come on, puppies. I said all the knuckleheads in the garage. They got water, Gail. Gail's always, being the spy. Gail must have been a spy or something. That was probably her career. spying on people. She spies on my channel. Come on, Pops. She's always pointing out all the fine details of the eyes, the wandering eyes of Gail. Come on, Pops. Get in. Come on. And she asked me yesterday, are these collars? Come on, get in here. Come on. Tang. Come on, Tang. Come on, Tang. Come on, Tang, let's go. Come on. Yeah, so these collars are waterproof. It'd be foolish to spend the amount of money I just spent. All these collars only to find out that they go in the water and they're no longer any good. So to answer your question, Gail, yes, they're waterproof. They better be. Waste the money. All right, let's get the barn doors closed so I can contain the riffraff here. So you get the morning conversations going. Get the dogs fed here. Just kind of keep the video going as the fox runs out of the barn. You know what I mean? It's those type of stories you hear. And that's the thing. A fox contained in here, it probably would get aggressive because they'd be fearing for its life. So that wouldn't be a good thing to corner a fox. I think the fox, for the most part, is going to run away. Thank goodness. But it's interesting how Scout just nonchalantly kind of like walks around the property on his own. And we're not really thinking about how, if the fox really is that radical, that it's going to be taking Scouty boy out. As we go over here and we do the food routine, and Prince yesterday really gave good old Rebel an ass whooping, if you saw that. All right, so we're all looking for the food, right? They're looking for the food. They like this Costco food, which that's nice. So put that over there for you. But it's going up in price. Went from like $31 to like $35, and now it's like $36. So every time I go to Costco, it seems to be going up each week. And now with all this craziness with Donald Trump, I mean, even for me, I'll say, man, Donald Trump in so many ways, the guy's out of control. I think he's scaring the hell out of people. And I'm not saying that in the end, does his, plan work out? It'll be, it'll take a while to figure it out and be seen. But at the same time, it's definitely rattling the markets. The Dow yesterday went down close to 500 points. I mean, so for Donald Trump, you have to say, wow. He definitely has got people all stirred up. I mean, big time all stirred up. And once again, on my channel, it's always about trying to bring content and conversations. And for so many years, as everybody knows, the channel really originated on all about the cars and trucks and motorcycles. And now I'm sure some feel it's now more about just conversations and the dogs. But at the same time, I think, man, let me get my coffee here. As you look at the collection of cars, this is just so expensive. How much longer can I even keep this? I don't know. It's not good, everybody. It's not good. It's just too much money going out the door. Just is hard to justify it after a while. It just collects dust. Sometimes I think it's just time to move on and go back to real basics in life and just have a few cars and leave it at that. So, I mean, it just does nothing per se. I've never been rewarded on the social media for how crazy I've been to have such a collection of vehicles. I just am stumped. And even when I go talk to people, they're all blown away about how my channel never exploded. Because they're like, who do you know of a guy who buys 30, 40 cars, who's bought 700 cars in a lifetime, has 30, 40 vehicles sitting in his house? Who do you know a guy who goes out and buys a car every 10 days? I mean, they're like, nobody. I mean, I'm still waiting for the YouTube person to share with me another person just like me in the whole YouTube community. I'm not talking about LeBron James or Jay Leno. I'm talking about a regular old guy that just tries to get through life, paying his bills and working, and overextends himself. Who do you know as a YouTube subscriber who out there is anything close to me? I mean, sincerely, that makes videos all the time and shows all the craziness of what he's done. I don't know of anybody personally, but it's obvious. The reason you don't see that because it doesn't do anything for a YouTube channel to make any money. So there you go. There's the answer. Why would somebody do what I do when they see it doesn't do anything? Guy's got a nice subscriber base, but per se, it hasn't really rewarded him for his efforts. Have you ever seen the guy that goes out in the wilderness? He probably used to be a lawyer, and I was over at the Dulles Dodge, and Sam, the GM there, he was intrigued by this one guy that he goes out in the wilderness and he shares with you his wilderness adventures. He's a guy probably about my age, and he was a lawyer at one time. But the guy has like 41 million, and I think he has 14.1 million subscribers. And he's very intriguing to watch. People love him. But apparently, he was 7 years in on his YouTube channel till somebody like on Instagram that had like 500,000 subscribers started pushing his channel through Instagram, and then he got exposed, and he really took off. And he's a very smart guy, and he's really creative, and it's a lot of work what he does. I can't think of the name of his channel, but the guy travels in his RV, then he goes out and he lives in the wilderness, and he shows you how to live in the wilderness on your own for the most part. So that's a pretty cool channel, and the guy's done very well. But it took him 7 years before he really started becoming big, which is like, wow. I mean, you hear these stories, though. I mean, I've definitely heard these stories of people doing this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and before they ever get recognized and noticed. Wow, yeah. Yeah. What do I have? As I get older in life, it's like, yeah, what do I have left? What do I got? So back to what I was just saying a second ago, I'm sure some people get sick of this morning conversation, and some probably don't even listen to it anymore because of the political fiasco that we're in our country like never seen before. And I just think to myself, hold on, I gotta get my coffee. I just think to myself, it's interesting how I changed over to the Starbucks coffee, and I'm using my own little coffee maker, and I just don't cough and hack like I used to. It's so incredible that if you've really watched my channel, I used to cough a lot. And every now and then I do cough, but I'm saying I changed over to Starbucks coffee and the Pike Place morning medium roast, and I'm using my own little coffee maker in my own camper, but I'm using the water out of the camper that comes off my well to my house. And I just don't seem to have the hacking and coughing as often like I used to. And a while back we thought kefir was the problem. People thought I was allergic to dogs, which my wife argued about that. There's no way. She never believed that because I've been around dogs my whole life, and she's been with me. She's like, it doesn't make any sense that would be why you're hacking and coughing all the time. But anyways, so back to as I start hacking and coughing, right? Probably will. So back to the point of me talking about the politics, it's because more than ever in my lifetime, and I think most people in my age group would honestly have to say that it's beyond believable of what we're witnessing. It's beyond believable of what we're witnessing of our government, and especially the Democratic Party. As an individual, I don't enjoy mocking others. That isn't who I am. Never has been who I am. And I don't really enjoy mocking a Democratic person by any means. I don't enjoy that. But at the same time, when I see what Elon Musk has done, has exposed the Democratic Party to be the most corrupt party of modern times. And if you're a Democrat, and you don't believe that, I really feel sorry for you because you don't want to face the tune that you chose a side of a political party that truly is a party that doesn't like you, even though you think they do. They don't. And they're stealing from you like never ever seen. And they're so blatant about it that I truly believe the Democratic Party, I've thought this for many years, they do things that are so blatant that it's you don't believe it. You don't believe it. It's just too far-fetched that Democrats would take taxpayers' money and create fake organizations just to make the money go circle around back to them. I mean, it's just too hard to believe. I mean, and I don't blame you for saying no way. There's no way what Elon Musk is telling everybody is factual. It's a big lie. He's lying to everybody. The Democratic Party wouldn't do this. And I'm not saying there aren't GOP people wouldn't do it too. The downside for the Democratic person right now is the focal point is it's your party. It's your party. Elon Musk is not exposing the GOP. Now, is he doing that deliberately? I don't know. I have no idea. But all I know is it's every day. The news media talks about the Democratic Party that's doing devious things. It's every day now from that speech from Trump of how the Democratic Party just sat there like a bunch of sack of potatoes and they didn't recognize some of the challenges and successes of just individuals, and they just snubbed their nose. And Al Green, used the moment to be a focus on Al Green that Donald Trump is racist. He's racist. That's all you ever hear about Donald Trump. He's racist. He's racist. Yeah, he's racist. He doesn't like black people, even though, the people around him are all colors, all different nationalities. But yeah, whatever. Women, the list goes on and on. So for me, as a YouTuber creator, this is a very, in all reality, it would probably be a little more challenging right now on my channel had it not be from the change administration and to bring Elon Musk in to have like the morning conversations. To me, even for myself, be intrigued to talk about it. If it was the same administration still sitting in power, what would we be talking about besides, I don't know. It would be the same old crap. And that's the thing about where we are right now is the change of powers has irked the hell out of the Democratic Party, and they're opposing everything that Donald Trump wants to do and Elon Musk wants to do. But here's what's interesting. Yesterday, I brought up, I think that Elon Musk is going to go bye-bye. I just think that his tenure is going to eventually be, he's done what he can do, and he's going to run out of time. And so what's the odds of this? Yesterday, I literally brought up, here's Elon Musk on X right here. Here, so what's the odds of me yesterday bringing this up? So that was yesterday. Should I keep going with Doge? So, you have to say to yourself, what's the odds? And I didn't see that yesterday. So I saw that last night. So what's the odds of me as just a little YouTuber? And even for me, I'm thinking, is he really going to leave? But I just feel like the challenge ahead is he's exposed so much. How much more can he expose? And, eventually where does his gig just kind of run out of steam because he's exposed so much. And now it's all in the hands of our Congress and our political parties to be. But is that exciting? So here's just something very interesting. I talked about this many times. And this is where, is this really, I don't like this lighting. Now this does this over here because you can't see it properly. It's aggravating. So here is Elon Musk, and he's talking about how I can't understand how this one statement alone by Elon Musk wouldn't immediately trigger the Department of Justice and FBI investigations to Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi. Let's see here. So let's see here if this takes this. I don't know if it does or doesn't. So here's Elon Musk, and I've talked about this. Trying to move things around here. Here's Elon Musk. Let's see what he says.
Wealth, correct. And what other method? You have a spouse that's really good at insider trading.
Yeah.
Like Paul Pelosi.
It's a lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
This is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff, to say the least. I was supposed to go back to D.C. How am I going to survive? This fucker's going to kill me for sure. I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed.
Have a great day, gang.
Wow. So do you believe that? Do you actually buy that? Do you believe?
But a few months ago.
Do you believe that? Do you believe Elon Musk is really telling the truth? Do you really believe that he's saying that he knows how these politicians are enriching themselves? They're cheating the system, and he just can't get much further into it. Otherwise, he's going to be killed. Do you believe that? Do you really believe that? Or is this just Elon Musk running his mouth? So then, here's the next thing. Like I say, for anybody on my channel, I think you're a fool to call me out for not wanting to talk about this stuff because you're foolish that you don't realize the Democratic Party's master plan in our country is for the likes of you. You don't want to hear it. They want you to ignore it, and they want you to believe it's too far-fetched that the Democratic Party wants to undermine this country, rewrite the Constitution, and change the powers to be. You're a fool. You're a fool. The painting's on the wall, and that's the goal for them. They want the Democratic followers to think this is too much. It's too radical. The Iceman guy, he's too far-fetched. He's brainwashed, and just shut the hell up and just go do your day. And, and I don't want to hear this stuff. And that's their goal. And they've been successful at that because they have a hard following of people that don't want to listen to the other side, what's going on. They just don't want to hear it. They just close their ears and close their eyes. Like, I don't want to hear it. It's not true, everybody. It's not true. There's no way that Elizabeth Warren has $70 million. It's just not true. She doesn't have that. Nancy Pelosi doesn't have $200 million. Chuck Schumer, they just got lucky. But they don't have that. It's misinformation. Here you go. Now, I'm not really a guy who watches Jesse Waters, but this here is going into the conversation of the USAID, the Green Slush Fund, $20 billion given to 8 NGOs towards the end of Joe Biden's administration. Many of them were created just to get this money. And so here you go again. You go to this stuff, and
administrator. Is this a kickback? Is it theft? Is it graft? What would you call it?
All the above. It's a green slush fund, $20 billion parked in an outside bank towards the end of the Biden administration, given to just 8 NGOs. You just named a bunch of them. These NGOs were created for the first time, many of them just to get this money. And they're pass-throughs. So the EPA entered into this account control agreement with these entities. Treasury enters into a financial agent agreement with the bank, and they design it to tie the EPA's hands behind their back, to tie the federal government's hands behind its back. So when the money goes through the NGOs to subgrantees, many of them also pass-throughs, we don't know where it's going. We don't have the proper amount of oversight. And as you pointed out, it's going to people who are in the Obama and Biden administrations. It's going to donors. It's not going directly, as you pointed out, thankfully you did, it's not going directly to remediate that environmental issue to deliver clean air, land, and water. It's billions, tens of billions of dollars going through their friends.
Well, they're going to say they didn't steal it. They're just going to say they got paid salaries, and then they donated it to some other subcontractor who got paid salaries, and it eventually went to some kid to pick up litter, right? Because, at the end of this, what's it, 5% of this money actually goes towards the environment? How much actually goes towards the environment after it's been just stripped out for salaries?
Right. And stripped out for salaries of middleman after middleman going through these multiple added layers. I'll give you an example. On the other end of this, there was one CEO who was serving on the White House Environmental Justice Council for the Biden administration. While she was serving on this council, she was CEO of an organization that applied for and received $20 million. So some people were able to, with the right connections, be on the receiving end of billions of dollars. Others on the other end of this getting tens of millions of dollars, and the federal government not having oversight. And, I just mentioned the account control agreements that were entered into at EPA and these prime recipients. They were amending the account control agreements right up to the inauguration. There were amended account control agreements we found January 13th.
So they were scrambling before you guys got in there and kicked some tires.
They amended it. Yeah, they amended these account control agreements to reduce EPA oversight and to make it easier for them to pass through the money without getting caught.
So you caught them. And have you kicked this over to Pam Bondi at Justice?
Yeah, the Justice Department and FBI have been working very closely with us. They've been working hard on this. My conversations with the Attorney General, she seems very focused and motivated. Same thing when I had an opportunity to speak to our great new FBI director. We have to ensure that there's accountability here, and we have to make sure that the federal government reestablishes oversight. We can't afford as a country to have this kind of money wasted. We should have zero tolerance for even a penny of waste and abuse.
Wow. I mean,
there should be no way that tens of billions are going up.
A lot of scandals in the Biden administration, but this seems like a whopper. Glad you found it out. Lee
Big
Zeldin,
time.
we really appreciate it. Let's get to the bottom of it.
Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah. Let's get to the bottom of it. Who here thinks they'll get to the bottom of it? And that's the thing. I think most people here on my channel would totally agree that at the end they'll skate the system. They'll get around it. It'll be flipped. It'll be this is not factual. It'll drag out. They'll drag it and drag it and drag it. I mean, they'll just it's beyond believable, everybody, of what we're witnessing. So for me as a YouTube creator, once again, I get the people that say, "Oh, you're bringing up the frickin', the news, the politics again." But if you don't understand, I wish somebody would reach out to my channel and tell me in the last 50 years what you have heard that's bigger than worse than this. I mean, sincerely. I'm talking about the amount of people that have colluded with one another to cheat the government's tax monies that we pay into to enrich themselves and many, many others. I mean, sincerely, is somebody that you can give me a bigger and better story? I'm talking about Nixon, you can go through there's always corruption. No, drop it. There's always corruption in government, we know. But this is through the roof. Come on, man. Why do you want to do that? Why do you guys want to eat this crap? Stop it. Ugh, I tell you, about drive you nuts. Where did I put my coffee? Here's my coffee. It's just like here, the sanctuary cities. You hear these stories. You hear these stories of the governor or the mayor of Denver, the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of New York, and there's one more. I just can't think of it off the tip of my tongue. How they're resisting ICE. How they're deliberately making it very challenging for ICE to come in and grab these illegals that have been criminally charged. They've gone to jail. They're bad people. And these sanctuary cities, these mayors, they're making it where it's very challenging for ICE to get a hold of these people. They don't know when they're being released from the jail. They delay things. They cover things up. It's just beyond believable that we live in a country where these select people want to enrich the illegals and even the criminal illegals. But I'm running out of time, so I really don't want these videos to go more than 30 minutes. It's just way too long. So for me, the sanctuary city thing, it's just you just step back and say, why aren't they wanting to help the homeless? Why don't they want to help the veterans? Why don't they want to help the people that have mental issues? I mean, that is such a problem in our country and society, is mental issues. But yet these people get all fixated on, they want these illegals, because we know why. Because they want to entice the illegals to come here to take sides of the Democratic Party, to bring in illegal votes to keep the powers to be. So they have to cheat the system to stay in power. So as a Democratic supporter, I don't get how you feel right about being a Democratic person when the people that are Democratic Party right now are being exposed like never seen, of stealing from the taxpayers like never ever seen, and enriching themselves and entitling themselves like never ever seen. The politicians, career politicians, are always running their mouth about Donald Trump enriches the billionaires and millionaires, but yet the politicians screaming bloody murder of how the Republicans favor all the people have all the money. These people have all the money that most people never know, that nobody has. So it's beyond believable how they try to distract people. So once again, as a Democratic supporter, how do you feel good about the party you support that wants illegal immigration, wants criminal illegals here, and doesn't want to support truly, there's a huge problem of medical and health sickness in our country, where money's going to be spent to help our own citizens. But here's the problem. They don't have a value, because the Democratic Party needs more illegals to come here to raise up the vote, to raise the jurisdictions, have more people in them, to hopefully get more electoral votes to give them more power to run this country. That's the real story, everybody. You as a person have no value to them because you're already sitting here, but you're just paying the tax system so they can take all your money when you pay into it and go rich themselves. And they're just going to say they'll never, ever believe it because it's too far-fetched to believe. And that's what they run off of. That's it. I'm done. One thing I would like to say is that new CVO RR, the new Glide RR, badass bike. I think it's $110,000. One of my subscribers reached out and said he's going to go get one and he can reserve one for me. I'm like, dude, that is so out of my league. I'm not rich. I'm broke. I am broke. Why am I broke? Because I have to pay these damn payments on all this damn stuff that in all reality, somebody came in and bought out all this stuff for me, I'd say take it all. Take it all. When I start over, I would. But, just take it all. Just get all this crap out of my life. No more damn payments. No more just spending so much money. It does nothing to enrich me on my social media. It really does. It does nothing. It does nothing. Making videos, motorcycle videos, how-to videos. Yeah, okay. And I know people, you get paid a few hours a month. Yeah, for putting in 100-hour months. Hundreds of videos a month. Yeah, whip-de-doo-dah, man. Am I the fool? I am. Yeah, I'm a fool. I should become a Democratic politician, and I should learn the system and just learn how to steal from everybody and arch myself and be like, too bad, suck it up, buttercup. I mean, is that kind of what you feel like right now from the political powers to be? Is it ridiculous? Will any repercussions come to them? I'll be amazed. And as I said, I think that Elon's time is, you just heard him tell him Joe Rogan, he's going to be terminated. Yeah, he knows. He's going to be assassinated. Yes, he's hitting all the right buttons, everybody, sadly. It'd be very sad to see that happen. But I have to say that, look, they tried to kill Trump. And some people believe that was all a play. That's how demented we have people in our society. That Donald Trump set up that... Hey, stop it! What are you doing? Jesus, stop it! That's that Prince. That Prince boy, he knows too. He gets too much loving and compassion. Yeah, there are people that think that Donald Trump purposely set up that stage shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. That's how demented we live in a society. A Democratic supporter truly believes that Donald Trump sacrificed a fireman in the audience that is at his rally, and then took out a young man just to portray that he just about got shot in the head. I mean, if anybody believes that, you're just demented. You really are. You know what? If you're that demented, please unsubscribe to my channel. I really don't want the demented subscribers, personally. I don't make any money. It doesn't matter to me, everybody. Whip-de-doo-dah. Go bye-bye. Ain't going to break my heart. Good riddance. So, hey, everybody, sorry to be sometimes a little nasty, but you know what? We live in a nasty world, and the nasty people get away with it, and it's not right. When are we going to change that? The nasty's got to be penalized, everybody. God bless. Have a great day. Hope I didn't make you too mad.